second. Are we back? We're back again. We lost you there for a second. Everyone there? Welcome to the second Iona Fay book reading, Storytime Book Club. How is everyone doing tonight? Good? Can I get some thumbs up out there? How's everyone doing? It's 8 o'clock over here on the East Coast. I know that's 5 o'clock over on the West Coast. And I'm not really sure what it is in Timbuktu, but if you're over there, a big hi to you as well. How's your weekend going, everyone? Everyone excited to be here? I know I am, because let me tell you, it was crazy. In fact, I would say up until about 10 seconds prior to going live with you, we just spent the last 15 minutes trying to access Facebook. So technology is not always working in your favor, but thankfully it is now. I always say, you know, technology is here to help us, and it's really great and awesome, but you always have to have a plan, a backup plan, and thankfully, Donna, I have you, my backup plan, my person who lights up this whole space and is awesome. So thank you, Donna. Woo-hoo! Good friends are always helpful. So thankfully, I'm here with all of you. Has anyone else had any issues with technology? Actually, I know 2 other people who had issues with technology this weekend. One person lost 156 photos, and someone else had issues with editing. But we persevere, don't we? We find ways to make it work. So that's what Iona Fay does too. She does things to make it work. I just jumped right in there. Let me back up just a little bit. I'm Gayvin Powers. I'm the author of Iona Fay, and I have 2 books out, Iona Fay, an Irish fairy tale, and the second book, which is Iona Fay and the Firekeepers. And they're the first 2 books in the Iona Fay, the Adventures of Iona Fay series. And I have planned about 5 books right now, and they're empowering stories for young readers, middle grade readers, ages 8 to 14. And there's probably going to be more books after that, because I keep coming up with ideas and spin-off characters and things. They're a lot of fun to write and to play with, and they always want more time on the pages, so who knows where all of that will go. Let me also share with you that, first of all, has everyone gotten all cozy and snuggled in their beds right now? Everyone's got tucked in, they've got their pajamas on. Yeah, okay. Donna's just saying we're good technologically and everything else. So I know a few people there, they've got their pajamas on, and thanks for the love, nice cozy. Hi April, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Actually, I'm not sure if I sent you back a text. I've been meaning to, but big hugs to you. Thanks for joining. Here's a big heart going your way. I hope everyone's all cuddled up in their pajamas and snuggled into their beds, and they've got their hot cocoa or cider or whatever, and getting all nice and warm and ready to go. And we've got a few more people joining us. So hi to all of you. Thanks for joining. I don't know if you're like me, but I love being in my pajamas, and I love being in bed. And tonight I'm not in my pajamas, even though every week I said that I did this, I would actually go into my pajamas. Hi Kim, oh, big heart to you too. And Donna, big heart to you as well. I'm not wearing my pajamas. I mean, technically I am, but they're under this big old sweater, and I don't know if you guys are like me, but I get really cold at night, so a lot of times I put on big cozy sweatshirts or sweaters in this case, and we have weird weather out here right now, so I'm not really sure what to make of it, but I keep putting on more jackets and sweaters, and then I take them off because it gets really hot, so I'm just doing the best with that. What do you guys do? April, what do you do for PJs? Do you have like the big-footed PJs? Kim, what do you do for PJs? I bet Kim's got something in blue. That's my bet. Kim wears blue. Donna, what do you do for PJs?
Guess what I got to wear last night?
Your moo-moo!
No.
What?
I wore a mermaid blanket.
Oh my gosh! Do you have a mermaid blanket?
No, it was somebody else's, and they gave me that mermaid. I was dressed like a mermaid in a blanket last night.
Awesome.
Watching a movie. It was
Donna has a mermaid blanket that she borrowed from her friend last night, and that's actually pretty awesome that you mentioned that, Donna, because here's the thing, book 3 deals with maybe some mermaids, so that'd actually be really cool. That'd be fun. So maybe we'll all have a mermaid night when book 3 comes out, and we'll all get our mermaid blankets on or mermaid PJs on or something like that. Hey, Kirsten, nice to a big heart too. Thanks for joining. So yes, PJs. While we're just waiting for a couple more people to join us, I'm just talking about pajamas right now, and I mentioned that I'm not wearing my pajamas. They are under here, but I'm wearing a sweater because I'm cold. And I don't know if you guys were like this, but when I was young, we're coming up to Easter, and my mom was really big on buying us brand new pajamas every Easter, so I always loved it because we always had brand new PJs every Easter. And I think my favorite pajamas were those footed. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like the footed pajamas, the ones that you know, you're fully encased and you zip it up and it's a whole, almost like a
onesie.
Yeah, it is. It's like a onesie for big people. Those are my favorites. That and underoos. I really loved underoos. I liked Wonder Woman. Kim, I bet you like that too. But yeah, underoos, those were kind of fun too, although I think we really scared my grandfather one time when we came out in our underoos. We showed him our new Easter pajamas, and I think we scared him a little bit. So anyway, we'll move right off of that subject and right into, we'll start reading now. So everyone, if you have the book, go ahead and open up your books. This is the first book, The Adventures of Iona Fay. And it's book 1. It's an Irish fairy tale. Go ahead and go to book page 12. We're going to, Donna is saying something to me, but this light is so bright I can't see it. I'm blinded by the light. Blinded by the light.
In case they didn't see it, mention that they can see the first video.
Oh, thank you. Okay, you can't see Donna here, but she's really awesome. She's giving me little tips here. If you haven't seen the first video, please feel free to go back, because even if you missed it live, you can definitely go back and check out the first video. It's from a couple weeks ago, and I'll read to you then as well. I'm going to go ahead and start at chapter 2 right here. And I read a little bit of it, a couple pages of it the last time, but this whole chapter I want to read to you tonight. So does anyone remember what happened in the first chapter? Anyone know? Any heads up? Any thumbs up? Anyone know what happened in the first chapter? Donna, do you remember what happened in the first chapter? She's laughing. I'll tell you, here's what happened in the first chapter. So I'm just going to give you a little backstory. What happened in the first chapter, we're dealing with Iona Fay. She's a 13-year-old. She just arrived in Ireland, and she is not sure what to make of it. She's supposed to go to her grandma's house, but she is not really sure what's going on or what to make of all of that. So let me just touch that. Okay. And so what we're going to do is we are going to go to, we're going to go to page 12. We'll start there, okay? So Iona Fay, 12-year-old from the United States, not really sure what's going on. She knows that she has to get to her grandmother's house. And this is chapter 2. A crazy, cabbie, and convoluted car ride. So go ahead and open up your books, or you can feel free to go ahead and just read right along with me. Okay? A pothole shakes the bus, waking me up. My fingers trace a heart on the frosted window. Through the heart, I see the first signs of Dingle Bay, otherwise known as the most western point in Europe and Mom's hometown. It's a hilly ocean village, forgotten and isolated, with faded signs in Gaelic on 20th century sea-worn buildings. The main street runs along the ocean where cars drive by, hitting the potholes and splashing the sidewalk. "Last stop, Dingle Bay," the driver calls. He hoists the remaining luggage under a dry awning outside the John Kenny pub. Suddenly, swirling orbs fill my vision. The cold, salty air stings my throat as I quickly catch my breath. Travel must have made me dizzy. Then the strangest thing happens. A tiny black-cloaked man approaches the pub. Before entering, he pauses and looks directly at me. For an instant, his eyes light up like stars. My eyes do a double take. He laughs. I've seen that smile before, and I realize that it's the wee man from the countryside. But that was hours ago. It's not logical. "Do you know that man?" I ask a gray-haired woman. "What man would that be?" she asks, not looking straight at him. "The one you're looking at." "You haven't a bit of crack with me, you are." "No, ma'am, I don't do drugs." "Crack is a laugh," she says. "If he's here, then I'm a cow. Eyes play tricks even on a Wayne like you. She stares a moment at the wee man before shaking her head and leaving. He smiles eerily at me and walks into the pub, literally straight through the door. I must be losing my mind. Girls without makeup talk in Gaelic and distract me. I couldn't look more different. I gather my designer luggage, which screams, foreigner, traveler, non-local. In my hand is a scrap of paper with a location on it. Fay Cottage, Dingle Bay, Ireland. There's no address or phone number, but both sides of the paper are equally unhelpful. I wonder how to get to Grandma's house. The attorney who handled my arrangements must have the information. I open my phone and it reads, no service. Of course. Nearby is an ancient-looking phone booth. Its faded tomato red walls stand out against the dismal gray-blue town. Oh, we have more people who've joined us. Hi, Abby. Hi, Holly. Nice to see you, everyone. There's a big heart coming your way to you guys. In the phone booth, my reflection stuns me. My hair drips in my face, mascara stains my cheeks, and I look like a drowning golden retriever. I brush the hair out of my face and I shove quarters into the payphone. The quarters shoot out the bottom. The operator says, please deposit €1. Oh, for real? I had walked through customs in a daze and missed exchanging currency. I sort through Mom's purse. Do you take U.S. money or credit cards, I ask. Please deposit €1. I get it, €1, I say. It hits me, I'm all alone. I have no idea where I'm going, and I look like an escapee from the local kennel. I look over at the strange pub where I saw the wee man enter. That man gives me the creeps. But I'm not sure where else to go. A blackbird sitting on the pub sign eyes me suspiciously. I take a step toward the pub. My foot touches the ground as the car tire sprays a wall of water on my body. Cab? Of course you do, a teenage male voice says, not waiting for my response. His warm hand grabs my arm, shoving me into the car. You don't want to go there, you don't, says the teenage cabbie. I don't? Nah, you don't. I get another dousing of water as the teenager shakes his tousled blonde hair. He careens the car down the street as I brush the water off. He looks in the rearview mirror, past me to the pub. His face relaxes, but his foot hits the accelerator. Thank you, I think. I say, still bewildered. I haven't told you where I'm going yet. He doesn't answer. Where are we going? Where are we going, she asks. He says to himself, laughing. Excuse me, this could be kidnapping. Kidnapping? Funny, we call it saving your arse. My arse doesn't need saving. On that I disagree. I am getting out. Don't bother, I'm Flynn. Glad to meet you, he says, grinning. He has a bad habit of looking at me too long and not watching the road. His face shows that he's a mischievous teen with curious eyes, a pointy chin, lips that curl into a permanent laugh line, and blonde hair as shocked to be on his head as I am in his car. You have to let me out. For real. No one will pay my ransom. Not worthy of a ransom, he says, shaking his head in pity. No, so don't get any ideas. Well, in that case, you better take this. He hands me my paper with Fay Cottage written on it. Relief rushes over me. He's not a psycho, just odd. I smile. Hairpin, I say loudly, pointing at an upcoming turn. I was born on these roads, he says, barely giving the road a glance. He takes the turn as if it were nothing. Is someone after you? Not today, but you never know when one will be. Is someone after you? He asks. Why would anyone be after me? I'm a teenager. From? From Los Angeles? Are you now? I really, really am. Instead of looking at the road, his eyes catch mine in the rearview mirror several seconds, way too long. And I blush. My eyes go wide as we quickly approach the white image on the road. Sheep! I yell. With precision timing, he barely misses the sheep and driving off the cliff. The force causes my body to slam up against the car door. My face plasters the window, allowing me to take in the crashing sea on the rocky coast 100 feet below. Let me out of here, I say. All the same, there's no other cabs. I'm the only one. Just point me in the right direction. I'll walk the rest of the way. Nonsense. We're almost there. 20 minutes for this cab ride usually. But I'll get you there in 10, I will, he says, making the turn as if it could set the wheels on fire. Moments later, I spot a stack of rocks in the distance. The closer we get, the more I realize that the large pile of rocks is a shack. Flynn accelerates. He causes the car to catch air and slam in the grass right next to a dilapidated home. Moss and gunk have solidified between the stones, which make up the walls of the shelter. I want to wash my hands just looking at it. Ugh. The thatch roof and the smoking chimney tell me the worst of it. We've arrived. She's a pre-famine cottage, she is. Those stones and the chimney smoke could tell you a secret or two. Those stones and chimney look so old, it's amazing they can do anything. 8 minutes, a new record, he says, proud of his accomplishment. I check my vital organs and exhale, relieved each one survived. No payment necessary, he says, full of himself. Beat my record, I did, he says, smiling. I hit him on the head with Mom's purse. You may have been bottle-fed beer as a baby, but that doesn't mean you have to drive like it. Is that Yank for thanks? He asks. Begrudgingly, I hand him payment in U.S. currency. I'll take that as a yes. Home sweet home, he says, smirking as if he had delivered me to the Four Seasons Hotel. I mumble home. Under my breath, is he for real? How could anyone call a pre-famine cottage home? You know I didn't get your name, he says politely. That's because I didn't give it, I say. Well, I need to know it if I'm to use it the next time I see you, he says, getting out my suitcase. What makes you think that there'll be a next time, I ask, sure that he is the last person I want to see again. You think not, he asks. Without a doubt. A bright blue front door greets me. I'm finally here. I stare at the painted wooden sign that reads Fay Cottage. My fist slowly rises to knock, knowing that within a few moments I'll meet my grandma. And that's the end of chapter 2. But don't go anywhere because I have some cool stuff to share with all of you. First of all, thanks everyone for joining. I have loved seeing you here. I have some things to tell you about a contest that I have going on that's going to be going on for the next month. And if you want to see the first chapter read of this, it's back in the archives on this Facebook page of Iona Storytime. I want to say a big hello to Angie and Sarah. Hi, thanks for joining. I'm sending you, everyone's getting a handheld heart tonight. Thanks so much for joining. Let me tell you a little bit about the contest that's starting. It's going to go on for a month, so 1 month from now. I'm going to put all of the specifics on Facebook, on this page, the Iona Storytime page. And if you want to know the specifics or how to enter, you can go ahead and click on that. But I'm going to give you a brief little bit of information on it. The crystal necklace that you see in this book, it is the one on this page. It's on right in here. I have that, and it was donated to me from Jim's Gems over in Aberdeen, North Carolina. Hi, Amanda. Nice to see you. A big heart for you as well. And so Jim's Gems went ahead and donated a crystal necklace, Iona Fay crystal necklace, and all you have to do to be entered is on this Iona Fay storybook page is go ahead and tell me, write in your favorite quote from book 1. And if it's the same as my favorite quote from book 1, then you're going to be entered to get that necklace. Now, if there's more than one person that gets my favorite quote, then I will go ahead and do a drawing. But that's all you have to do is write in whatever your favorite quote is, anywhere from page 1, chapter 1, all the way to the very end. What do you think my favorite one is? And feel free to go ahead and put in your favorite one too. Do you hear that little train in the background? Yeah, that's our town train. Okay, any last thoughts, anything like that? Oh, let me share with you. We're going to do this again in another 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks we're going to have something. So let me just look at the calendar here and share with you. We are going to do this again on April 23rd. So April 23rd at 8 p.m. That's Eastern Standard Time, or 5 p.m. on Pacific Standard Time. Thank you so much, because I see people from coast to coast who have joined tonight, and it's just been wonderful seeing all of you. I'm really happy that I got technology to work and it didn't completely putz out. And I want to again say huge hug to Donna right over there, who, woohoo! Big high fives to Donna, who helped me get on, because about 10 seconds before 8 we finally got a connection to Facebook. So it's been a pleasure seeing all of you. Everyone, go ahead and get all nuzzled up into your beds. Make sure that you're tucked in. If you need a big hug, here comes a big hug. I'm sending you a hug. Ready? Here we go. Get in your beds, get all nice and warm and cozy, tucked in, and think about all the wonderful things that you want to accomplish this week, and all the great things that are going to happen this week in your life. And think about all the things you want to create and your heart's desire. And kind of sit there, close your eyes, think about it. Think about what kind of a week you want to have at school. If you're going ahead and you have spring break, what kind of fun things do you want to do? How do you want to make your life wonderful? Be thinking about that, and as you go to sleep, just put that right there in your mind, put it in your heart, and just know that you're going to create it. Okay? So I'm sending everyone some good bedtime wishes, and until April 23rd, sweet dreams, all of you. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful next 2 weeks, and stay tuned for that, that contest. Big hugs and hearts to everyone. Night. I can just figure out how to turn this off now. Bye, everyone. I'm still live. It's nice I'm still live. Sweet dreams.